So we just got out of Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe's The Nice Guys, and I don't know what else to say other than here we go.
Where is Amelia?
What the hell's going on?
Oh, you know, there's a guy coming to kill us. That kind of crap.
Hey, can you behave like a professional?
I'm sorry.
What's up, guys? I'm Tech. This is Kojak. Like we said, we just saw The Nice Guys. Brief explanation of what it is. Basically, you have a hired thug played by Russell Crowe, and you have a hired private detective played by Ryan Gosling, and the two of them have to work together even though they kind of don't want to.
But then they do want to.
Of course.
And then they other things. And yeah.
We haven't seen, kind of, for lack of a better way of saying it, like a buddy cop movie really in a while, right?
It's like a 70s buddy cop movie that they tried to write as a modern day comedy, I guess.
Kind of. It's a little different than your modern day comedy. This is, the humor was very dry.
Right.
Very character driven. It was all about, like, we could tell that there was improv for sure.
Right.
But also the script is incredibly well written.
Well, that's what I want to know is how much of this was script and how much of this was improv, because they're all over the different takes and different things are all over the internet right now, and they work really well together and seem to feed off each other really well. I don't know if any of you guys, he hasn't seen it yet, but some of the promo was these two were in counseling sessions together for therapy, and they're really funny. If I find them, I'll put them in the link so you can see them, and it gives you a good idea on the type of humor and the way they interact together.
Not a huge departure for Russell Crowe. He's still kind of brooding, but giving that this kind of humor that isn't too normal for him.
Yeah.
More of a departure than anything for Ryan Gosling. The man that women want to sleep with, and the man that men also kind of want to sleep with. He's like the seriously, he's like the only like heartthrob actor that every guy is like, I like him, instead of being like, whatever, he's lame, you know?
Yeah.
He's the only one.
I think he took the movie Drive so he could talk, because he doesn't talk in Drive, and just put all that dialogue into this movie.
But he's normally in his movies, for the most part, he's kind of cool,
the badass.
Yeah,
or so far,
or in some manner he's cool. He is not at all cool in this movie. He's awkward and weird, and he's a mess.
Not like his acting's a mess. He plays the mess,
and he does it really well.
Yeah.
And the two of them, I mean, like we said, it's kind of a buddy cop thing. The two of them played off of each other incredibly well. The physical humor was really good. Well, that was one of the things. They had dialogue humor, they had physical humor.
Yeah.
They had situational humor that was really good. It kind of had all of the types of humor and like that you would want in a comedy. And
hats off to the writers. Writers don't get enough credit.
No.
Really.
Whoever wrote that did a damn good job.
We will be looking this up.
Yeah.
I want to see what other movies they've written, and I want to watch them.
And then the young girl who's in it, who plays Ryan Gosling's daughter,
Angourie,
maybe. Rice is her name, Angourie Rice.
She kind of stole scenes from them. Which is impressive.
She is very young.
She plays a 12-year-old in the movie. I don't know how old
12 or
she
13,
is.
Something like that.
I don't know how old she actually is.
But she was really good.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that, sometimes, a child actor comes on the screen and you're like, you're not quite there, or they could have picked someone different. She acted like an adult.
And the last time a younger actress stole the show was not the other Clooney movie we saw, the Disney's futuristic, I forgot the name of it.
Oh, Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
for sure.
That wasn't Clooney. Who was that?
That was Clooney.
That was Clooney. Okay.
But yeah, so she was very good. There are people that aren't gonna like this. First of all, there is some graphic stuff in it, both violent and sexual and language wise.
Yeah. It's rated R for a reason.
Yeah. So there is that. If you're If
so
you're
mom,
not
if
into
you're
that,
watching this, you won't like this movie, and
yeah,
your mom, if you're
my mom
watching
will definitely
this,
not
you
like
won't
this
this
movie.
movie.
So there's definitely that. I would also say that this type of humor is not for everybody because it's not like blatant, silly Anchorman type thing. It's not like, you know, the Hangover type of comedy.
Which is hard for me to say because this is my type of humor. So to me, it's like this is everybody's type of humor.
But it's really not. I know a lot of people who wouldn't like this kind of humor. This humor is all about the characters and it's all about the situations, and it's not a lot of it's subtle. It's not super over the top at all times, and I think that there are people who are just not gonna get the humor of it.
We did. We laughed.
We actually laughed out loud during this comedy pretty consistently.
And I don't laugh out loud during comedies. Funny scenes in like serious movies, I'll get a good chuckle out of. But like, it's not very often that I laugh. When it's intentionally like written to be like, this is going to be a funny movie. I'll exhale loudly through my nose. But I heard you laugh. I heard
for sure.
Yeah.
And other people in the theater were laughing as well. I mean, the pacing of it, the timing of it, the timing of the jokes, like and how the whole thing worked was very funny. And on top of it, it was actually a compelling story.
Right.
It was an interesting.
It did keep you guessing.
It was an interesting, fun story that you couldn't figure out because it's it's detective work, so it's still kind of a mystery. What the heck is going on? And it was written well.
They did kind of hint at that in the beginning with the Clue reference too.
Yeah.
Like, that was what happened almost.
Yeah. So it starts out like right in there too. Yeah. Which I liked as well.
Oh right.
There wasn't wasn't a ton of lead up to it.
It just kind of existed.
Yeah.
And you just
And you got to know the characters like during the action of and humor of the movie instead of like, I'm gonna tell you everything about me and then we'll start the movie, or like, here's a whole bunch of characters and now we can go into the plot.
Like even up to the last few minutes, you were still learning. Things about the character. They didn't just like stagnate them at like, here's their story. They just kind of kept growing through the whole thing.
And they grow in the movie, which is a lot better. But those are the only things as far as suggesting to people whether or not they would want to see it. I mean, do you have to run to a theater to see this? Probably not.
It would be fun.
It's fun to see.
Yeah.
It is definitely fun to see in the movies, but in the theater. But
it's unnecessary. It's not you don't need the large screen
to enjoy.
In this case, it's not like an epic action, But it did help the experience. I think.
I thought it was fun to see in the theater, and a big part of that is because it does take place in the 70s, and they do kind of mix the style of the 70s as far as filming with the style of how we film now, so that like that kind of exploitation style of filming with our style that we do now.
That's what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, and also, I mean, because it's set in the 70s, like the costumes and the cars, especially the cars, and like
that was the most 70s house I've ever seen. There's a party in there. This isn't giving nothing away, but there's a party in there. They did an overshot of the house, and it was that was the most 70s house that could have existed in LA.
I will say one thing too, and you'll probably agree with this. There is, if you're going to see this, don't look up the cast on IMDb because there's a person who shows up that you're gonna be like, oh, they're in this.
Well, now I was gonna bring him up.
Not a him.
So okay.
Yeah, not a him.
Oh,
you know what
I know what you're talking about. So I can't talk about him.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me keep it a secret all of a sudden.
No. I was just saying, there's someone that we don't see this person very often in movies lately. Showed up in the movie, and I had no idea because I
had no idea either.
All I knew was Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Who were you talking about?
Matt Bomer is the guy, so he's the guy from White Collar. I really like the show White Collar.
Right, okay. He knows him better than I do.
Matt Bomer, he's actually one of the guys I talked about in another video for trailers about the 10 up-and-coming actors and actresses to look out for.
Yep.
And this is I believe his first actual, like, silver screen like movie appearance, and he did really well with it. And he actually had a good chunk of the movie, and it was when I was watching it, like in White Collar, I don't know if you know much about it. He's the super
Never seen
suave, like can do anything thief that works with the FBI, and can get himself out of any situation, but isn't like the violent, crazy type. And it's like he almost took that character and just let out all the frustration of not being able to do anything like that in that entire series.
Nice.
So he's just a violent, fun, like not fun on screen, but he was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he did really well.
Nice.
As well. Yeah.
Well, I mean, overall from me, and it seems like from you too, I mean, based on us just walking out, like we both really enjoyed it. We were laughing during it, and we would suggest it if you like situational, funny comedies that have like a dry wit to them, and
can handle the language and the nudity and
the violence, because there's definitely violence.
There was. I didn't see any of them.
But if you can handle that stuff, definitely check it out. We really had a good time watching this movie, and we were pleasantly surprised because we weren't sure if we should see this or Neighbors 2. And we might still see Neighbors 2. We haven't decided yet. And
we haven't decided which one, if we do that, which one's going to be our critique the critics that we'll have time for, but whatever one that is, it's going to show up right up there.
Right up there. It's either going to be this one or Neighbors 2, but it'll show up right up there. And yeah, we appreciate you guys watching as always. Let us know what you thought of this movie, or if you're going to go see it, or if you're just hearing about it because you're saying hi to us.
Wasn't the biggest movie that was out, but they did push it really hard.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, because we're putting out stuff all the time. And if you haven't watched our show, Critique the Critics, we think you'll at least laugh once.
If you've made it through the video this far already, you will probably.
Yeah, for sure. With that being said, until we see you guys next time, geek out and game on.